Okay, Rory, as is custom for every guest, we're going to be asking you your favourite nearly football team of all time. So it's a team that got so close, could have won it, but didn't do it.
Yeah.
But still, for you see as a historic and successful football team that deserves a mention.
Yeah, but I can't say Arsenal 23-24.
Let's say you could, but I want another one as well.
Yeah, you could.
No, I mean, that 23-24 team, I do think if we'd won, which we should have done, then. Also, 06 Champions League final.
Oh, yeah. Heartbreaking.
In that kit.
Yeah.
That kit, final season at Highbury, like, the legends. And it was just heartbreaking. That was the singular time I've cried after a football match.
Because you went 1-0 up in that, didn't you?
Went 1-0 up, Sol Campbell.
Another Thierry Henry final.
Yeah.
Poor performance.
I think he actually assisted that Sol Campbell goal, took the corner. So,
well, maybe I'm wrong.
Because a lot of people actually
I'll
factually incorrectly say that he never got a goal or assist
but he did.
In the final.
But that was
we just lost it.
Jens Lehmann red card at the start, wasn't it?
Yeah, Manuel Almunia. Yeah.
2 near post goals. Is that right? Or
yeah.
Just
Manuel
Almunia in a Champions League final. That is
suboptimal.
Yeah. I would describe that as.
It was fairly suboptimal in hindsight. Yeah. So no, those two would be the Arsenal ones. I was trying to think like who it would be. It internationally, I could go like England.
Yeah,
but that's a bit of a cop out as well. But I can't go for like any of the other big six teams, which not many other teams come that are nearly men as such. But I've got Dortmund, like 2013 Champions League final. That group of Dortmund players where they had like young Marco Reus, Lewandowski, Piszczek. I just remember, and I think it was just my prime days of FIFA at the time as well.
They were OP.
Yeah, so I just had all of those green links between Dortmund players. And I just think it was an exciting team. Obviously, it was like Jurgen Klopp at that point, kind of onto the scene. It was just exciting, and it would have been, especially I think in hindsight as well, looking at the kind of way that team ended up falling apart. Never won a Bundesliga title either, unless certain players had obviously went to Bayern and did it there instead. I just feel like that collective of players and the way that they played, it was just a shame.
You talk about like how timing's important, and like these title-winning teams that come around that often. That was the moment for them. Did they win a Bundesliga at all under Jurgen Klopp?
No, I don't
I'm not sure.
Unless they'd won it. I think they maybe won it the year before.
So they won one Bundesliga, 2011.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think, considering how good they were. Like they were one of Europe's best teams for a long period of time.
Oh, let me name you some of the players on their squad, right? There's
such
some
a good squad.
absolute,
Such
like,
a good team.
Like there's Piszczek, there's Sven Bender, Nuri Sahin. You've got Mkhitaryan, Gundogan, Marco Reus, Blazikowski, Lewandowski, Aubameyang. Yeah,
wow,
that's a fun team.
Like, it was fun. It was young.
Yeah,
they played Klopp's way. It was just like, and I enjoyed them on FIFA. So it was just all boxes were ticked at that point. And it was one of those where even though it was like a neutral team going into the Champions League final, very strongly wanted a team to win it.
It was like proper David versus Goliath vibes, even though they were probably fairly evenly matched in the Bundesliga over those periods of time.
Yeah.
I mean, Marco Reus is just one of the ultimate nearly men. I know he won trophies, but...
Well, he won MLS. Is that what you...
Yeah, he had to wait until the MLS to win it.
Yeah, but I know
maybe
he
won
won
like
German Cups
Cup or whatever. But.
Marco Reus, I mean, I don't know if he could have...
Because Marco Reus also wasn't in the 2014 World Cup squad, was he? You're injured.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, his career...
He is a nearly man. I mean, obviously he did win a couple of things, but in terms of like the major honours, he kind of is. He could so easily have had, because he would have broken into the Dortmund team the year after they won the Bundesliga. Yeah. So,
was he joined from? I think he joined from Mönchengladbach. I think.
Yeah. He did, and he was always injured. I remember he's missed like 2 World Cups. I'm sure with injury.
He missed the last one, didn't he? Or he missed the last Euros.
He missed the one they won. With an injury as well, right? So God.
So
it could have been so different. I remember that final. That final was at Wembley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like weirdly, that Bayern team, had they lost that, could have been a nearly team in themselves because they lost the final the year before to Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
Probably, I mean, that's got to be the most heartbreaking, like, nearly moment
to lose it at
to
home,
lose a Champions League final at your own stadium on penalties.
Yeah.
To a team that finished like 6th in their league.
To a team where you were like, we like definitely better than them on paper. Yeah, no, it would have been. But I think that as well, the Dortmund one, it's like it was one of those teams where you did kind of just know that like that was the sliding doors moment. Where because they didn't win it, you knew that the players at that point are then going to start getting picked off here, there, and everywhere.
Because that I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that was Goetz's last game. Oh no, had Goetze gone already? Had Mario Götze gone to Bayern already?
I think he'd left the previous season.
Yeah, I don't think.
And then that would have been Lewandowski's last season.
Mario Götze left in 2013.
I'm sure I remembered that it was like.
Wait, so why didn't he play?
So why wasn't he in the squad list there?
Was he either injured or did they literally have an agreement?
I feel like it was like agreed that he was going. It was like everyone knew he was going. So Goetze was going, so they didn't play him. I think I'm right in saying that.
I mean, he was in the squad.
That's got to be up there with like the most famous nearly teams.
Yeah.
I think people probably think that Dortmund team were a lot more successful than they actually were.
Well, they just weren't. Yeah, they weren't anywhere near as successful as they probably should have been.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying with Arsenal right now. It's like I don't want to look back at this team because it just doesn't last forever. And if you go another year without a trophy, you lose Saliba, who's like kind of irreplaceable. God forbid lose Bukayo Saka.
Do you think that could ever happen? Do you think Saka could ever actually leave Arsenal?
I'd be very, very surprised. Very surprised. Unless we really kind of dropped away. I think as long as we're very clearly competing, as long as there's still investment in the squad, I think he'll stay. If it got to the point where he, like, kind of like when Van Persie left. Not the same because he wasn't Hell End or anything, but if he gets to the point where he's like, I just don't believe that they're going to do enough to ever get us over the line.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think Saka has it in his character to go to another English team, though. Like, I can't see, even if Arsenal drop off massively, Arteta leaves, I can't see him going to Man City. No. And then I think he's so good, you only look at, like, the Spanish giants.
Yeah.
And I think they're pretty locked up on their wings for the next 4 or 5 years, realistically.
Yeah.
Madrid could use a right winger.
Does Chair, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those. I guess if someone like Saka
money.
becomes available, then they maybe just
Football changes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think kind of like Trent, he'd have to go abroad and then maybe come back one day. But no, there's quite a few teams. I was with Dortmund. I was kind of like, I didn't like the team as much, but the Inter team that obviously lost to Man City was rooting for them naturally because it was City, but also it was kind of like massive underdogs, just a bit of a collaboration of players from like
very random mix.
Random assortment of players that you're like, they've kind of made a team here. Similarly against PSG.
Because they lost 2 Champions League finals in 3 years.
Exactly.
That's nearly men territory.
Yeah, it is.
But I think the Dortmund one, because it was a younger team and it was like, that was just.
It's that feeling as well when you know that Bayern particularly sniff around Dortmund, and you just you just think it's a shame when you like watching what you know is the end. Like you said, like this is they have to win it, and then if they win it and leave, it kind of is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But then I guess some people would say if they don't win it and leave, what's it all for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The journey. Okay,
exactly.
that's more important.
Yeah.
Than the trophy.
Nearly men is a good thing.
Ollie often says if he lost the FA Cup final, he'd still be just as happy.
Yep. I would still wear a T-shirt with us walking up, getting our runners-up medals instead. 100%. Doesn't mean as much to me. It's pretty good though, I will say.
I mean, I guess like if you hadn't won it, you wouldn't have had to go through the heartbreak of being in the Europa League and then not the Europa League. So.
Well, as we said on the first episode, that is vintage nearly men. And one thing that's very fitting actually is, so the day of recording today, literally 10 minutes before we started recording, Eze to Spurs, verbal agreement. The same thing happened last week. Less than that, we were literally about to start the podcast. Oh, we've been kicked out of the Europa League. It's very on brand because Palace threatened to ruin the entire premise of the podcast by winning the FA Cup and the Community Shield. Actually, 2 massive trophies. Yeah. But we're now just gradually, step by step, making us all sad.
Next week it'll be Mark Gahey.
Yeah,
the week after that, Glasner's poached.
That would be the worst of the lot. Glasner going would be a
Surely losing the qualifier to what are they called?
Fredrikstad.
Fredrikstad.
Yeah.
You don't know
That would
Fredrikstad?
be
Yeah.
losing the
They're a
qualifier to
massive
them.
team in Oslo. Fredrikstad, actually just outside Oslo, not in Oslo.
Who are your 3 favourite Fredrikstad players? And why?
The centre forwards can play.
He can
He can
play.
play.
Big Norwegian.
Big, yeah, they've got a real Norwegian
Few
core,
Norwegians.
probably. Actually, I've booked my flights to Oslo.
Ooh,
I say I've
exciting.
booked them. My dad's booked them for me,
God,
but
God,
whatever. So we've got a lads trip
Oh yeah.
to Fredrikstad.
Gonna have it
Tearing
off.
up the outer skirts of Oslo.
Exactly, 1,700 Palace fans just outside Oslo. Home leg is on Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah.
First European game at Sellers Park, not sold out. Which I just fundamentally think that's. I would move heaven and earth to get to Sellers Park on Thursday. Thankfully, I don't have to go very far at all. But
Yeah.
surely you can't be missing that, even though it should be a tap in. Touchwood.
Ooh,
Touch
said it
everything.
now.
Yeah.
Touch everything.
Tune in next week as Ollie is.
Yeah, the
Before.
next thing. We'll get some nonsense UEFA thing will happen again. Anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen.
You've said it now.